Willie Mullins kindly joins us now after a day that's produced a succession of blockbusting performances. Willie, I'm almost not sure where to start, but I think the one everyone's talking about is Galopin Des Champs after what he did first time out in the beginner's chase. Just how impressed were you by what you saw?
It was extraordinary. I mean, we thought he was a good horse. We never thought a horse could put in a performance like that. Jumped out, made his own running, just jumped his way up there. And Paul, he was very good to look at over the first few fences, and then when he met one or two wrong, Paul said he just danced in front of them but skipped out over them. For beginners chase around Leopardstown first time out, we haven't seen something like that for a while, I'd say.
No, and then the way he ran through the line took a long time to pull up as well.
Yeah.
All the pieces fit.
Paul said he was galloping away past the first fence, past the track, past the pull-up gate and onto the second fence, I think. You don't see a horse do that in this ground.
At the end of last season, he was obviously on a real roll, had that win at the Cheltenham Festival, followed up at Punchestown. Did you feel even at that stage that fences might perhaps see him to even better effect?
No, I was looking forward to my summer holidays. we didn't. I mean, I don't make up. I don't look at things like that. I look at the summer, and then we say when we get them back in, we'll see how they're going over the autumn. And being such a funny autumn, we're waiting, but we schooled him over fences a few times. He was good, so we said we'll go down that road.
I mean, given the galaxy of stars you've got home, this might sound like a mad question, but have you got a more exciting horse in the yard than this fella?
Fernie Hollow the other day. I mean, you're just hoping that Fernie Hollow and Hotan Couleurs, but that looked huge. And what I liked about him was the way he galloped through the line. You're looking at 3 miles plus down the road with him once he's 5 turning 6, I think. So very exciting prospect.
Willie, I'm sure no fears about throwing him into a Grade 1 after that. Is the Dublin Racing Festival likely to be next for him?
I imagine the Moriarty race is the one for him, whatever they call it now, but that would look the obvious target.
I'm sure everybody will be looking forward to seeing him again. We've just seen a lovely horse win the bumper as well, Redemption Day. That's 3 bumpers in 3 days.
Well, he's by a more familiar sire, Blue Brazil, whereas Galopin Des Champs is by Timios, who I think stands out in Tunisia, if you want to bring a mare out there. So I think
get a few more after today.
Francois Duman, I think, raced him and stood him and couldn't get mares from him in France, and he sold him to Tunisia, I think. Yeah.
Redemption Day was pretty impressive, Willie. Patrick only had to exert minimal pressure for him to go away. Was that roughly in keeping with what you'd seen from him at home?
Yeah, I bought him off season from Pat Doyle. Pat loved him, and he said, this is a horse you should maybe have. So we took him, and he was quite big and fat when he came up, and took us a good while to get him right. But the first couple of times that we had him right and he worked, we thought this fella's not too bad. And so we just seem to have a nice crop of bumper horses coming right for Christmas. As you were saying, the third one, they're different types, the 3 horses that won, but they're all goodish. They were entitled to come up to Leopardstown and have a crack at a Metropolitan bumper. And
is your feeling at this stage that all 3 will kind of be kept to bumpers this season, maybe tackle graded races?
Yeah, I'll be going down. They're all good enough to go on the graded bumpers, so they be great to keep them apart, but the big prize money here at the Dublin Racing Festival, we'll see what we'll do. We'll see how they all come out of the race first, and then make a plan after that.
Sure, all different owners as well, obviously. And Willie, Classical Dream took the Grade 1 Stayers Hurdle. That was a fascinating race to watch. What were your emotions on the way round as he and Flooring Porter traded punches?
I just thought Danny is being clever here. He's trying a different tactic. I said to Paul, what happened at the start? He said, well, the flag went down, Classical Dream just jumped off. He said before the tape even went back, so I must get a look at that. But Classical Dream just took things into his own hands, and I said, he gave him nice breathers in front, and he said no. He said the horse just gave himself breathers, and then sorry, can I turn off this phone? But the horse gave himself breathers, and he just picked up when Flooring Porter came behind him and put in some fantastic jumps and got a length or 2 and made it easy for himself. But it was a tough race on both horses, Flooring Porter and Classical Dream. I'd say they'll remember that race for a while. I'd say our fellow was very tired, but it was his first run since Punchestown, and that's only his second run in God knows how long. So he might not have a run before going to England, I think. Yeah.
It'll be an eagerly awaited rematch, won't it? I think with the two of them after what happened at the start, and given that both of them, I think there could be more to come from them, couldn't there?
I'm hoping there's a lot more from our fella now, because he wasn't impressing me at home. He was doing things all right, but not. He wasn't impressing me, you know. So for him to come out and do that, I think there has to be a lot more in the tank.
Very exciting. And Willie, also amongst the winners down at Limerick today with Concertiste, Kitty Galore tore off in front in that race.
Yeah,
were you worried at any stage watching it?
I thought Sean O'Keefe gave her a brilliant ride, because it's, you know, he's a young jockey. He's riding a hot shot, you know, for us in a race like that, and he didn't panic. He just kept her jumping, kept the bit in her mouth. It's very hard, you know. It's very easy for us to ride them from the stands and thinking, you know, should he be keeping closer order, because the horse that was away in front was what, 15-20 lengths in front, and one of John Ryan's, you're always thinking, you know, they know how to jump and gallop. And I thought I was very impressed with Sean. A huge ask for a young fellow, and you know, he timed it perfectly.
And what's your feeling about the future for Concertiste now? She's taken the fence as well, clearly.
Mare's Chase, I imagine, in Cheltenham. I know it might be a year too early. She could go for the Mare's Hurdle, but she'll probably have another run somewhere. And she's so sharp at her fences as well. She doesn't, I'd say she probably takes the top 3 inches off every fence. When I saw her schooling first, I said that to Simon Muneer and Isaac Swade, and they were wondering, should we, you know, she's a valuable mare, and would it be too risky going over fences? But I said, look, she's very sharp, and we said we'd see her over her first race, and she did that well. And then today, she knows, you know, what height she jumps. She jumps them like a hurdle, but she's very good.
And Willie, what was your view on the horses in the Savills Chase? Kenboy certainly gave it everything from the front, didn't he?
Paul thought he might need blinkers. He was over and back in front of his fences, wasn't racing properly. Probably could have gone a stronger gallop, and he couldn't. Mellon was trying not to get into an argument with Kenboy, and Patrick said that didn't suit him either. Ran well. Davy Russell gave the winner a fantastic ride. It was absolutely top drawer, you know, the way he pulled the horse out of the race, turning for home, let the other two at it, and came down the wide outside and produced him on the line. Absolutely brilliant out of Davy, well done. And Janadil, Mark said he didn't stay. I'm sort of a little disappointed with him. I thought he would run a bit better. Frankie Deporte was running a cracker, and Brian, he said he met the second last wrong, and that was a little disappointing. But whether we go back and trip with him or not, I don't know. But he jumped, she got him jumping very well. Best I've ever seen him jump, I think.
Well, Willie, really appreciate your time. Another great day's work, and I will reconvene for more of the same tomorrow. Thanks very much.
I hope you're right. Thank you.
Cheers, Willie.